Special Olympics Guam taken to the Ukadu campus for their 41st annual track and field games, hosted by your boy Chris. Despite the rain, which didn't let up, the show still went on.
I know that they're here for the athletes, and the volunteers are definitely here for them, so even weather like this won't dampen their enthusiasm.
Big shout out to all the athletes, parents, students, sponsors, volunteers, and everyone involved in this year's event.
We also had senators that came through, but more importantly is that regardless of the weather conditions, these families were able to wake up their athlete, get them dressed and ready to come out here, and they're all pumped up.
Athletes trained for 8 weeks in preparation for the competition, participants taking part in the standing and running long jump, sprint races, softball throw, shot put, beanbag toss, and drop. And of course, there was plenty of barbecue to go around.
I'd like to thank, first off, the parents and athletes that are here today, regardless of the weather. Our volunteers, we've been out here for a couple of days now, setting up. And just about everybody that's out here today. You look around, we don't have the normal crowd we have, but I say we still had about a 60% turnout of our normal.
JJ Ambrose is getting a shot at the belt. Ambrose, a former Tiger Muay Thai fighter, now trains out of Steel Athletics in Tamuning, and he's fighting Takahiro Ashida for the PXC Lightweight title Saturday night at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse.
This camp has been ideal. I'm 5 minutes away from home, and I get to see my kid every day. I pick her up from school, make her breakfast. It's nice not waking up in a foreign country and somebody else's bed or a hotel room.
Ambrose, 26-7, goes by the nickname Superman. And come Saturday night, fight fans will see if he truly is a man of steel when he faces Ashida, 17-7. Ashida, the Japanese veteran, is coming off a loss that snapped a 4-fight win streak. He has 8 wins by way of knockout and TKO and 3 submission victories. Ambrose is a well-rounded fighter coming off a win over Dylan the Muscle Fussell in his last PXC appearance. Ambrose was dropped by Fussell in the early rounds, but settled down on his way to a unanimous decision win over the Aussie tough man.
That last fight was pretty interesting. I got dropped in the first 10 seconds, and it kind of showed my character, I think. So what's awesome about that is that, what's the worst that could happen to me at this point?
Ambrose usually conducts his training camps off-island, but for this title fight, he kept his camp in the 671.
Training camp has been really good. We got the gym built in time for the start of the camp, so Steel Athletics was fully functional, and all the Spike 22 boys are over here.
JJ has 16 wins by way of submission, but he is more than capable of keeping a fight on the feet, using his jab to set the pace. Ambrose, a seasoned veteran, had his first fight in 2005. His go-to submissions, the rear naked choke and the guillotine choke, but he loves to soften his opponent up with some good old-fashioned ground and pound.
Unfortunately, my opponent had to pull out some kind of injury. That's just the nature of fight camp. Injuries happen. So we got a new guy moving forward. Not much of a game plan for this new guy. Basically, we're just going to draw a line in the center of the cage and start swinging.
Ambrose is undefeated in the PXC at 5-0 and faces Ashida after a couple of his previous opponents for this fight dropped out due to injuries. PXC 56 Fight Night this Saturday at UOG. Tickets available at Anderson ITT, MWR, all Foodies locations, and online at tpiguam.com.
Going into this fight, I'm really excited. There's zero nerves. For the first time in my life, I just don't have any nerves. I'm just excited to go out there and scrap in front of the Guam crowd.